We are on Heartbreak Ridge because this is the final match of the group. So whoever wins this will advance to the round of 64. Whoever loses will be eliminated from the tournament. And in the right position as the Teal Zerg, playing his main race rather than Terran, as we saw before. We will have ISL2 Napoleon. And in the left position as the red Protoss, we have ISL2 500 kg. A PVZ on HBR. Quite a nice map. Especially if you are a fan of Remag Stream, since he only plays this map. And he plays a lot of epic PVZs. But anyway, looks like looks like Mini's finally working for 500 kg. He hasn't been dropped yet, although my ops mode is not working apparently for whatever reason. Probe coming out here, gonna make a pylon, and there it is. Overlord moving out should be. It's an interesting path. Usually you move it, I think it should be a little bit more southward. You want to move it towards the natural, basically, rather than towards your opponent's main. But anyway, looks like an Overlord being made from Napoleon. No 9-pull shenanigans coming out from him. And I don't know if the Probe and Overlord crossed paths there. They actually might have. But anyway, Probe's going to get in here. Going to see an overpull from Napoleon. Not going to 12 hatch, even though that's certainly quite possible on this map. Although there's a lot of sneaky cheeses you can do. One of my personal favorites, of course, is to pylon and forge wall this little choke right here between the main and the natural. But oh, Napoleon actually opting for an overpull with gas. That's interesting. Now, of course, on this map, if you don't know, behind the natural, you see this ramp leads actually to a back entrance blocked by a temple and some stacked minerals. So it's actually possible for your opponent to mine out your back door and run some units in. But it looks like, well, 500 kg is just going to check here. He's going to see no drone. Notice he actually he went the long way around. He came on the outside. So if there was a drone here, he could just attack it. Whereas if he was on the inside, I don't think he could attack it. I'm not sure if he could squeeze right up to the minerals and perhaps shoot it across the mineral patch. Probes, of course, do have 2 range. So they can sometimes shoot you from weird locations. But anyway, it looks like I think the guys were pulled off now. I think he already mined his 100 gas, so speed I would assume has started. And it looks like 500 kg, I don't know, was he trying to hide the probe there? I mean, I don't know, it looks like he just forgot about it or something. Just gave up, man, that probe. Didn't have the will to live any longer. He does have 2 cannons up. I would assume I'm going to be able to put a gateway down here. The problem with this, of course, is while the Wallen is fairly tight, he's going to have to kill something if he wants to leave his base. And of course, he did check back here once again with this probe to make sure nothing is getting mined out, and indeed nothing is. This could just be a fake from Napoleon, just to scare his opponent. Looks like we have a nice Ling spread. If you look at the minimap, just looking for any extra probes that might be coming out to scout. And there indeed is the gateway. I don't believe that is tight on the top. I'm pretty sure Lings can sneak in there. So a Ling run by is still somewhat possible. Although if he blocks that up with a probe, it'll be just fine. Yeah, it looks like he does have a probe here, although it's kind of on the outside. So he's blocking up with 2 probes, aware of the danger. And there is the natural from Napoleon. Looks like he's setting up for a 3rd. So Napoleon actually not going to do anything cheesy. Just going to scare his opponent a bit. Of course, the early speed. Let's say he's mining gas now again. The early speed to deny scouts is still quite useful. I mean, the Protoss basically, since he's in the dark, he has to play extra safe. You know, get extra cannons, get basically everything. He has to because you know behind speedlings. Oh, it looks like a probe does get out. And Napoleon, was he paying attention? He was paying attention. He should be able to hunt it down. But if the Protoss can't scout you after past the whatever minute mark by the time your speed is done, as a Zerg you have so many options. You know, you can do a lurker drop, fast mutas, Hydra bust, etc. Or you can just be playing standard. And if the Protoss has no idea, he's gonna have to throw down an extra cannon at his front, maybe a cannon in his main, just defend against all the possibilities, which is quite horrible. So the lair has started, and ooh, it looks like a second probe did try to sneak out, but that is also going to get hunted down. Napoleon is on top of things, and yep, no way he's going to get away with speedlings on the field. So it's a very nerve-wracking, I guess, situation for the Protoss to be in. Just to be completely in the dark right now. At least until his Corsair gets out. Especially on a map like Heartbreak Ridge, where the main is protected only by this very narrow cliff thing. It's so easy for Zerg to drop across this. Even with slow drops, it gets across quite quickly. I mean, there's been quite a few famous games on this map where involving drops. Of course, Yellow versus Bisu, the original Yellow versus Bisu, was quite an exciting match where he did something like that. And of course, none other than Joachim versus Cute in the ISL 1, where Joachim got knocked out of the tournament by a slow Hydra drop into his base. So, but it looks like 500 kg is not doing anything out of the ordinary. Hasn't added any extra cannons, just getting his Stargate and Citadel. The Corsair isn't out yet, and it's not blinking, so I don't know if he's supply capped or what's going on here. Or if he just forgot. He should be making a Corsair right now. I would assume he's just supply blocked. Okay, now he's making it. Maybe he didn't have enough money or something. But he did finally get a probe scout off. I think that saw this third base. So, I mean, he knows it's nothing, no crazy cheese, but by this point it probably would have hit him already if it was something like that. And the Spire's almost done, but since he did get the fourth hatchery and no second gas, it's probably not going to be muted. Yeah, getting the Evo chamber. Probably going to put another hatchery and a den here to SimCity up this base as well. So a couple of random drones just chilling. So the first Corsair is out. I'm not going to hunt any Overlords, going to go straight for a scout. I think that's a smart move. Does want to see if his opponent is in fact going for Mutalisks or not. He's going to see some Scourge. Oh, running away. Looks like Napoleon wasn't paying attention right there. So he sees no Mutas imminent. No Larva saved up or anything. So he should be kind of happy about that, actually. Not getting cheesed. But as I said, he is going to have to kill something here in order to get out. Might just kill this gateway so he can leave through here. I would imagine that that's a good choice since he is using the Forge for upgrading. Looks like he's making a second Corsair and getting a cannon in his mineral line. Now, I personally would prefer this cannon to be a little bit higher, say here, so that it actually covers the Stargate from Scourge. Because if the Zerg decided to go for a delayed Muta, you could actually camp Scourge over your Stargate, so you can't make Corsairs anymore. Or if you do, they just get insta-killed. So you really want this cannon to be covering that. In any case, of course it also helps to have it cover the gas from the top. Throwing down a couple more gateways. No archives just yet. He might be going for that that Corsair speedlot strategy that has become a little bit more popular recently. No, I'm sorry, there is an archives. I just assumed that was a pylon, actually. Never mind, he is actually playing normally. And just as I said, there is the extra hatchery, the fifth hatchery, and the den down here. Able to put Sunkens behind, doing a nice SimCity. This SimCity looks a little bit awkward, but it seems to work. I don't know why, it just looks weird. But, you know, I mean, the Sunkens are nicely placed in this little nook right here. So I guess it's fine, it just looks kind of funny. A bunch of speedlots are coming out, but with the Zerglings and Hydras here, yeah, that should be absolutely fine. It looks like +1 isn't quite finished yet. It should, okay, just now finished it. I was just going to say he should time it so that it finishes just as he gets to the Zerg base. But it looks like with all the Hydras out, the Zealots will have to go home. And looks like Napoleon having some Hydras confused. Trying to hunt down these speedlots, not so easy. Looks like he will get, oh, he might get a couple, but no, looks like 500 kg just ran his Zealots not all the way home. Oh man, that is a huge mistake right there. I think he just right-clicked randomly on the mini-map and wasn't paying attention and just went back to his base to macro, and then his Zealots just ran into an awkward position there. So now he's going to have to face some Hydra pressure on the front. He doesn't want to lose that High Templar. Oh, barely saves it. But is he going to lose this cannon? He will not. So a bit lucky there by him, I think. Napoleon definitely going to snipe that, and going up to 6 gateways in total. Also continue to produce Corsairs. I wonder if that's actually +1 air weapons being researched right there. I don't think he needs Dragoon range just yet. So yeah, might actually be going for a heavy Corsair build after all. I like this pylon in the back, checking the back entrance. And why is he splitting up his Corsairs? Oh man, 2 Corsairs go over here, the other 2 go over here. I'm not really sure what that's about, but there are a decent amount of Hydras protecting the Overlords. So they shouldn't do too much damage just yet. They will at least get a scout off. If we look at the drone counts, it's well, it's actually not that good. He doesn't have very many drones here at the third. The main and the natural are barely 1 per patch. So he did actually opt to go for a lot of, or he switched into Hydra production a little bit early, I think. I mean, it did feel like he had a lot of Hydras early. I wasn't sure what was going on there, but it looks like he actually stopped making drones relatively quickly and switched into Hydras, which, I mean, since he's not going for a bust, I'm not sure how I feel about that. You know, I'm one of those guys, it's like the more drones, the merrier, so I don't know if that's actually a good idea. Wow, a lot of gateways going down. Looks like 8 gateways plus a robo are out now. No signs of a third base. No, that's a sign of a third base. Probe going out right now. Going to take the bottom left over here. There is 1 link to deny that, so he's going to have to send a couple of zealots to deal with that. Or rather, just send 1 zealot. Looks like 3 Corsairs are still alive. They do have the +1 attack now. And I don't know if they actually saw this this Mineral only going up for the Zerg at the 12. Either way, he is going to get his own third up. And I think he could actually put on a lot of pressure. He's got 5 High Templars and a lot of speed lots. I wonder if Napoleon's gonna do some muta sniping. No, he's actually going for a relatively quick hive here. That's an interesting play. Yes, there indeed, the insta hive going down. So not even gonna go for any lurkers. He did get +1 ranged attack though. That's, see, these seem like contradicting text right here. Usually, if you go for the fast hive, you opt for carapace and melee weapons. Because you're obviously going for the late game crackling and possibly ultra heavy army. Whereas the +1 range attack usually is for a longer, or indicates that the Zerg is going to spend more time on lair tech with Hydra Lurk. But anyway, I mean, it's certainly not bad, especially now that Zergs are opting, rather than going for ultras, and very big expensive units, they're actually opting for a lot of tier 1 units and defilers. So Hydra Ling Defiler is the new composition, I guess. A nice storm catching 2 lurkers right there, but there's no obs with this army, and since it's very zealot heavy, it is going to have to back up here. But uh-oh, we do have a drop here in the main, a zealot, a DT, and a High Templar here, 1 apiece in the main, and it looks like Napoleon not paying attention, going to lose a lot of drones here. Looks like, can I not see the kill count on that High Templar? I could have sworn he got some kills, and is that... Well, it looks like he's going to run the drones away, although nothing was dropped there. Meanwhile, the third base is up right now, but the probes are freaking out here on the back. Did he actually mine the minerals? No, he didn't. 500 kg getting stuck here on the pathing. He does have 1 observer out. A nice storm going down on the clumped lurkers. Napoleon clumping all his lurkers here for whatever reason. All these lurkers can be hit by 1 storm. Looks like he's now going to split them up a little bit, but 500 kg looks like he will save the base, and his units are still wreaking havoc here on the main. 11 kills on that DT. I don't understand why I can't see any kills on the High Templar. I'm almost certain it got some kills there. But, well, looks like 500 kg. The problem is, though, he doesn't have many Dragoons, and of course, Dragoons are what you need to deal with lurkers. Looks like he finally gets some dudes out, but why does he have no probes here at the natural? Did he actually suffer a counterattack or something? Well, it looks like he had to kill this cannon because his Dragoons were popping out here and he couldn't get them out. He also killed this gateway here to allow his units out, but I don't know why he's got no units or no probes at his natural. And 1 zealot here gonna harass the 12 o'clock. The units in the main are cleaned up, but Napoleon took quite a beating there. And I think it'll be very